Well, hey YouTube. It has come to my attention that I made a pretty in-depth video on installing an improved racing oil cooler with a promise that I would make something of like a results video, and I didn't do that. So I had some questions or a couple comments from people on the video wanting to know, does it work? How good does it work? What are the before and afters? So I thought I would make a little video and do that. That video is about a year old, so I've now had the cooler for a year, and it's been nothing but great for me. So, for example, this past, or 2 weeks ago, July 3rd, I went out to Sonoma Raceway. Unfortunately, I didn't bring a camera mount or a phone mount to get any footage from that day. So I don't have any video from that day, but I was keeping a close eye on my temperatures because that day was hotter than hell here. So I want to say it was supposed to be like 104, 105 degrees that day. I stayed for 4 sessions, and by the last session, it was so hot out on the track. I was tired. The asphalt was crazy hot, but the car did really good. So, I guess the long story short is the hottest I saw out there that the car read was like 102. These cars being bottom feeders. I met a really nice guy that day with another Corvette C5, and he made a good point that out there on the track, the pavement is, anywhere from 130 degrees, 130, 140, depending on the time of day, how hot it is, how many cars are out there. And because 2 to 3, 4 inches off the ground is where our cars are picking up all their cooling, that's the temperature of the air that's coming through the oil cooler, the radiator condenser, what have you. So with those conditions, the hottest I saw my oil temps was, I think, 253, which is phenomenal. And the hottest I saw coolant get was 225. And generally it was sitting around like 220. I only saw 225 when I kind of got stuck behind somebody, and where I would have shifted down into 4th gear and kind of cruised through, I think it's like turns, I don't know the turn numbers, but I want to say, somewhere from like 10 to 14, or no, there's only 11 turns. I want to say it's like turns 5, 6, and 7, and 8. I usually cruise through there in about 4th gear. I got kind of stuck in 3rd gear, and with the higher revs, that's when I saw the highest temperatures, and that was only 225 for the coolant. But as for oil, any day to day, because there's a thermostat, I think it's set for 180 degrees. The car will run about 200 degrees no matter how cold it is outside with the oil. If you get into any sort of spirited driving or track driving, the temperatures go up, maybe 220, 230 for an autocross. But at the track, it's generally it sits around the mid 230s, 240s in the later part of the days. The 2 track days that I've been to, they were supposed to be hot days, but I didn't stay all day because I just get too tired in stock seats in the car, which, as you can see, we have a little something in store for the car here shortly. So that's exciting. But anyway, I wanted to keep this video pretty short and try out a little bit of a microphone situation, because all my videos, it's kind of hard to hear, with the iPhone recording or the Nikon or whatever I'm using. So I thought I'd give this a try, see how it turns out. But for those of you wondering, those of you asking, that's kind of the results of having the oil cooler. I 100% recommend it. The fit and finish on it, it's awesome. It has really good directions. A lot of that stuff's kind of hard to come by these days. So 2 thumbs up from me. Hopefully I'll see you guys in the near future. Right now I'm waiting on a steering wheel to come in, and I bought the AMT, what are they called, low seat mounts for these, because I'm sitting on, I think, Honda brackets. I got these secondhand on Marketplace, so I got 2 seats. I'll probably buy a budget bracket because I can't justify spending nearly $500 for the passenger seat to have the ultra low seat mount. So I'll just get something that I can mount it in there. And then I've heard that you need to move like a G-force sensor that's mounted under the passenger seat. So I'm not too worried about it right now. I just want to focus on getting the driver's seat set up, and then we'll look at doing that. Anyways, peace. Catch you later.